my hair's getting long and I have so freaking much of it that these things I break them all the time. I gotta, hold on. Hi, Tuck. Go lay down, bud. Go lay down, baby. Good boy. Go lay down. All right, or stay here. I don't care. Whatever, dude. It's your world, man. I wonder if people would learn more about other people from being around animals. There's a lot of people that aren't pet people. They're not animal people. They don't want to take care of nothing else. They don't want to do nothing to take care of anything else. They just want to be the recipient. It's a one-way street with people like them. Because because with animals you can't, you can a lot, and plenty of people do. We have, because I traveled with all these guys from Salem, Oregon to here, or from Omaha, Nebraska to Salem to Flagstaff to here. So it was freaking, every occasion was so stressful. Man, talk about get lean. It freaking, I see a lot on social media with people that are at the gym. How nice would it be to just have all that time to dedicate to yourself, right? If people you don't need that much. You just need to learn what your body specifically needs and decide how you want it to be. Do you want to be able to go for walks long distances? Dance. Do little short spurts of dancing throughout the day that like that you're going with the beat, because that's how, I don't get out a lot. I try to get out as much as I, God. Oh, I just, yeah. And we're real fortunate to live in a real pretty place too. Like real close proximity to nice walk. Going up to the John Dunn Bridge, they have hills. They have switchbacks out there. They're closed off. You can't drive up them, but you can walk up them. That's great for your calves. It's really good for your, I get to take pictures and stuff like that, and this is your homeland, Ma. It called you back. So here we are. So, all right, here we go. Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Health empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. And then there's this one guy I don't really like. It's not my scene when people are just like, because there's all the other things to do in life. Like, if people are that big, you ain't freaking hanging out with freaking destitute people at all. You know what I mean? Like, that is an imbalance. Like, when you think that much of yourself and you're not thinking about, and he eats real crappy, and, people can, you don't gotta freaking eat like a rabbit to whatever. I don't know. I know a lot about fitness. I know that that people oftentimes, they like to gear one specific way on how to go toward to get someone to their goals, but everybody's different, right? I got O positive blood. I've always craved I was one of those weird kids that now, Mom, they have all these words for things and little quirky quirks. They just said I was a quirky kid, had little idiosyncrasies, and now they put freaking letters onto them like ADHD, and I heard a new one today, POTS. Yeah, that's a new one. They call them safety foods, right? Because my childhood was so unstable that my personality, like, I just wanted my safety food, my comfort food. It's all I wanted was cold hot dog sandwiches. They don't taste the same anymore. They taste different now. It was just Oscar Mayer hot dogs cut in half this way and in half this way, and then on one piece of bread is a half a sandwich with some French's mustard. I'd eat them for breakfast. I eat them for, and whenever anybody had asked me what I wanted to eat. And then diet came pretty important because when I was 4 or 3 or 4, they were trying to figure out what was wrong with me. And they gave me a glucose tolerance test, and not a lot of people know what those are unless, of course, you had one or had to sit through with somebody who has had one. And it's an all day long test where they give you this freaking crappy syrup in the morning, or they have you fast all night, and then they take your blood and then they make you drink this freaking crappy syrup, and then they take your blood, and then they do it like every increment. I was a lab rat, really. I was a lab rat a lot with some really strange freaking methods. Like the metal rods. That sucks. It still sucks. Oh my gosh. Anyway. So, today was a pretty good day. I did make it to town for a few little, just not real long. It was a quick trip. I went to this flower shop next to the place where I get the oil changed. Because I can go, yeah. So, they're nice and they give you free coffee. And so what happened was, I love how this channel is a continuing story and how eventful life can be in Taos, New Mexico. This place is a trip, man. The people in it are pretty cool. So I pull up to the flower shop, and this kid was getting into the vehicle next to me. And kid, I don't know, he 20s, 30s, I don't know how old the young man was. And so he's like, "Hey, I like your ride. I like your truck." I said, "Thank you. I love it too. I got it for my birthday." What is that? And did Tucker lie down too? Yeah, he finally laid down. And we started talking, and he goes, and he looks at me and said, "Do you have pets? Do you have dogs?" I said, "Yeah, I have 4. I said, "One of them, Tucker, my second oldest, he turned 13 yesterday." And he said, I can always tell by the people that have animals because they have dog hair." And I wore the shirt I grabbed. I don't think I have ever worn it out in public. It was the first time thing. And so, because I used to wear it when I was in the Air Force, it was one of my cold weather gear items. It's black, it's fleece, it's thicker than a thermal. And I was cold when I left, so I just threw that on, and I was like, "Man, there's hair all over this thing. Oh well, fuck it." I don't like the way that the collar is. It's like, I don't know. It look so I actually, after I had this conversation with this young man, I ended up taking it off because it was starting to get warm. And he said, yeah, I can always tell who are animal people because they have, and he looks down at himself, and he said, because they have hair all over our clothes. I said, we actually ended up here from Salem, Oregon, because this is the closest place I could find a place to live so I could keep all of my old dogs together with my mom. And I said, it's a totally long story, and he was the passenger. I wasn't trying to hold the kid up because someone was waiting on him, you know. I'm making mom a fish sandwich, like they only, it's the Parmesan crusted fish sticks from the store, and then it's better than freaking that crap that they, yeah. Anyway, so we had a nice chat, and I'm sure I'll see the young man again one day, because I crossed paths, and now it's just the lines are open, and we'll just keep crossing paths. So he went on his way, and he was like, wow, you ended up here from Salem? And I was like, yep. And he was like, that was really cool, because people just get rid of their dogs, when they gotta move. And nope, my animals are my family. And people, I know there's a lot of other people in the world that they got a lot of love to give, and they got their critters too. They don't got nobody else in the world understand them like their critters. So I think it'd be nice if people would open things up more to, make it easier for, I want to have places where like a small community type thing where travelers can come with all kinds of whatever you're driving, you're traveling in. And if you're just walking, we'll have quarters for you too. Stuff like that. And actually, let me go on with the story, because it'll tie in with it. So I go inside the flower shop, and I walk in, and I was like, is there coffee today? And the guy, I can't remember their names. She is a Scorpio, and he's a Taurus. I can remember signs but not names. And he goes, yeah, we always have coffee. And I said, nope. And he goes, we almost always had coffee, except for when she comes in late or forgets to turn it on, or whatever the case may be. And I was like, yeah, I said, and that was the day. And I proceed to go over and start to get my cup of coffee. I said, I came in, that was the day I stopped at Midtown Market to get a cup, and they freaking ticked me off, and I did a write-up in the local review part on Facebook. Boo, thumbs down, because I got annoyed. Because the chick charged me for a medium-sized cup when I brought my own coffee cup in. Like, she could have, and I only filled it a half a cup. Half a freaking cup. And she charged me, it was just a douchey thing to do, and she knew it was. So I did my little write-up, and there was a lady sitting on the chair next to where the coffee was, and she's like, I think I read that. She's like, yeah, I read that. And I was like, yep, that's me. And then the guy behind the counter, Taurus, said that I could come and get coffee here anytime I want. And then there's this other restaurant in town. This is what I dig. This is what I envisioned. I love this stuff about being a part of the community, and making connections with people. And there's a new restaurant, deli, that's opening called the Godega. And they just had their grand opening, like, I think Monday maybe. And I walked by on no, maybe it was Saturday. I can't remember. It was like, maybe it was Sunday was the grand opening. God, time is just fit. And I got an apple soda, and I dig those. Oh, they're so good. Anyway, so they put a post that their grand opening was a huge success. And so I just said, I'm glad it's nice. It was a nice turnout. I like the apple soda. Thank you, a Hyoka. And then the people, the girl, the woman that sold me the soda, she said, thanks, it's really wonderful that you were able to stop by. Was it the day before? Yeah, it was. Anywho, I saw your post about a half a cup of coffee, and it inspired me to offer that option. Stop by for a half cup anytime. That's really cool. That's all I want to do, is inspire people and to show people how cool they could be. They just choose not to, right? So I go over to the counter, and I just got a pre-roll, and he said, you know, you're welcome to come in. He said, you can get coffee in here for free anytime you want. And I got, on certain days, I got that invitation at the laundromat too. I just don't want to and that's why, like at the laundromat, they don't have a tip jar, but I'll put a couple dollars on the counter, just if they want to put it towards the cost for more coffee. I'll contribute, and so that's why it's like, when people aren't cool to me, it's like, dude, I'm pretty cool, man. I don't know why you're being so douchey to me. I'm not that douchey to you. Unless, if there's a reason, tell me, maybe we can talk it out. But I don't anyway, so they said that there's some guys that come in there that are homeless, and that they give coffee to. And I said, you know what? That's really cool of you. I said, as a matter of fact, I said, if you know who these guys are, and you have contact with them, let me go outside real quick. I keep in my car hats, hats, tights, and gloves. Let me give you a couple sets of each. And then when they come in, you know who they are, just give them to them. Ask them if they want them, And tell people, freaking dudes are like, I don't want to wear tights. Dude, they're black thermals. They're just thinner. Just think of them like that. Get over your fucking self, man. It's getting cold. Tights help keep you warm, and they don't bunch all up like those thermals and stuff like that. And those other ones are pretty. No, Benny. Oh, Benny's back. Come here. No, we're not going out. I'm telling a story about my day. I think you to listen. Go on. Good boy. Good boy. Don't be mean, Luna. Good boy. Go sit by Grandma Retta. We'll go walk around. No, I said don't be mean. Luna. Come here. Up here. He'll just go over there. Good boy, Benny. Luna, Benny, go lie down. I just said good boy, right? Isn't that what I said? Good dog. Stay there. I think he's freaking salivating over the fish tick smell. And so I went and got the loot, and then came in and brought it on the counter. And when I was in there, he said, you know what? He said, one of the guys we were talking about, he just walked in as I walked out. And so he said, I'll give him, this guy that just went in the bathroom, he said, I'm going to give him some right now. I said, give them to whoever you want. It just feels good to give. People don't know how good, like when you feel bad, I think about how many people on the planet are waiting for someone else to make them feel better. I was it took whenever I was, I don't know how to say this. I guess it's just in me that ever since I was a little girl that like I didn't know what to do with the emotions and the content in the room of the situation in which I was handling. I would like pick some, like I would do something to help. Right? I would, you know, and I would inherently know what the individual would need in order for me to help. In order for make them less stress, I automatically knew what I could do to make them feel better. And I've been doing that for a long time. And see, what a lot of people, bureaucrats, you know, city planners, freaking people that work, this is a cool synchronicity that has happened recently. Is that when the world, when I got good ideas about things, and when things, and I imagine how I like to see the planet all the time. I would like to see how things are going to evolve. It's not going to happen unless individuals are starting to make the choice to evolve and become closer to the best version of themselves and balanced in all ways, mind, body, and spirit. And do the things required to do that. And more people are. I love these weight loss journeys. I dig them. You know, I love watching people want to become better in whatever capacity. And so there's a local woman that had a tragedy in her life recently, and she has a fitness place here in town, and I've known who she was since I moved here. You all right? Need water? Because that's what I do, is I research. Come here. Here. So anyway, I can't tell you how many, what, 3-4 times I run into her in the street, stuff like that. I'm one of those. I'm big on timing, and I just never really felt compelled to make any kind of effort to introduce myself until lately. And so I try, because I got some ideas about stuff too, and with my IT background, she's launching a new app soon, and I might be able to be of service in some sort of capacity. So, but she could, she's a very competent, capable lady. I'm real good at helping people streamline. So, anyway, what was the synchronicity? Hold on a sec. Now I gotta wash my hands. Oh, I remember. Imagination works, man. There's a lot to use in your imagination. I just, hang out with Mom thinking about all the ways it would be cool if, like, things were like this and like that. And then I see a post on her, the Body Shop LLC page recently, because one of my pet peeves is when I see people that are employed by the local agencies, the offices, the controllers, the people that say, do as we say. When I see them and they're not ship shape, they're not in the best condition they can be in, it irks me. I'll just say I find it irksome. because they got a lot of benefits, and if people don't give a crap about themselves the way I see it, they're not going to really care about, other people. So, feel good, act better. Anyway, so I read that she got a contract to be the fitness person and nutritionist. I think maybe probably that's what she does that too, for the employees. So now they don't have an excuse, because Julie is gonna teach them, what they need to know. On now, but now the thing of it is people have to become accountable. And okay, you don't have the education, here's the education, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to take that education and just continue to sit your ass on the couch and stuff your face with Christmas, whatever? Or Artie, he's so goofy, come on, goofball. So, after I left the flower shop, I went on down to the market and got a couple things. And then stopped over at the park. Reg was there. I was like, dude, you were a little busy last time I saw you. I didn't want to interrupt, so... And he said, man, that guy to my face said, every time I freaking deal with you, I get screwed. And I was like... He's it's a Cancer and a Pisces, and they've been clashing. They clashed, and I mean, at least I learned sometime. At least I don't say 100% everything I think all the time. Thank goodness that I have a spiritual program that helps me, have a filter. Not to say that I always use it, because I'm a spiritual being, still having a human experience nonetheless. So, anyway, it was Wednesday, and the people that feed the people at the park on Wednesdays, they were out. I don't know the girl's name, the one I talked to today. She was there by herself. And they give all kinds of stuff away. They give diapers and stuff. I'm like, dude, I can do this, man. I can do this stuff, man. I just don't. This is the part that I hate. I hate the bureaucrat, the literal process of like going to a fucking office and then they give me a pile of papers and they say, fill this out. No, just let me do what I fucking want to do. Tell me what I need to do as far as like a tax ID. If I want to do a non-for-profit, just tell me what I need to do. Don't put me through hoops. Don't put me through it, because I'm gonna tell you about how flawed your system is. There's this thing that they've been having on social media lately, on Facebook. I got a picture of it today. Taos feeds Taos. Application process 2023. Okay? Application info will be taken by phone. A grocery voucher to Super Save will be provided. Grocery vouchers will be mailed. Considered financial donation. Okay? Consider a financial donation. That's what it says. How to apply for a Taos Feeds Taos grocery voucher. Step 1. Now, I go to the park today, right? Because there's a bunch of freaking people live on the mesa. They come into town during the day, hang out, do business, fellowship, whatever. And I took this out. I said, and I was asking some young people that were standing around that live out on the mesa. I said, okay, step 1, gather all the following required documents for the application. So in order to even get the free food, or to even be considered, okay, what you need: a photo ID, a driver's license, number. Proof of incomes, pay stub, disability income. Social security number, last 4 digits. Utility statement, proof of physical and mailing address. Because you can't have both in this town. Town's like living in the 90s, man. Very primitive. And they're so torn with, like, tradition. We want to keep it like it's always been. Tradition. It's like, dude, tradition is peer pressure by fucking dead people. You know? It's stupid. This fucking dumbass shit people do in the name of fucking history. It's so dumb. Household size, number of adults and children. I asked this guy, I said, how many people on the Mesa have any of these things? How many people, I wonder, do they say live out on the Mesa? Because some people say the number is as low as 300. But I think it's more than that. That's back when I went to the meeting because they wanted to freaking make it like off-grid living freaking basically illegal. Dumbasses. Taos could be the poster child of what other rural communities do to support freaking underprivileged people, man. Travelers that don't have the dubious luxury of having $30,000 truck toppers and freaking their little Mercedes vans and all this shit and just a gross income. They don't, because a lot of people on this planet were thrown away as children. A lot of people, their parents didn't give a shit about them, and they just learned how to navigate through life living on the streets, and nobody considers them. Nobody does. Nobody does. There's not an agency. Because I keep looking for them. Right? The place at the park today, they're a farm. I said, man, I would be doing... I said, because this is what I'm going to... Because I do this stuff already. I'm already going to bring my grass grill down to the... I think I decided the first thing I'm going to make at the park, I'm going to make freaking fajitas. You know? I'm going to make shit that they sell in the restaurant, but freaking these folks can't, you know, they can't afford it. Because if you live locally, unless you work in these places or have an online job, there's like all these there's all, you know, people on the Pueblo, all these people that don't have access to even internet and stuff like that. They don't have access to running water, electricity. I mean, it's like, that's why people come here to watch how people live, because it's so primitive, and it doesn't need to be, because there is enough for everyone, but the distribution of funds has been grossly misappropriated. And I'm just going to help some people, show them the error of their ways is all. And maybe they'll be open and receptive to listen to what I have to say if they listen to Julia and step in, because I was thinking about, I've talked about it in these videos, is that I've said that Julia lady needs to train the people that work for, like, the firemen and the police. I don't want to see fluffy firemen and police ever. I want to be able to walk past any police officer. They don't walk anymore, they all drive. They have the whole bike crew. There's like a whole bunch of them that have the little bicycles they ride around. I don't know when they ride their little bicycles around. They do, you know. I want, anyway, when they all congregate at the local events in Kit Carson Park and whatnot, and they're 19 of them are fucking blocking traffic for no apparent fucking reason, I'd like to go up to any single one of them and be like, drop and give me 20, and then hopefully they can. The condition that most of them in, not all of them, some of them are meh, you know. The thing of it is that if people are getting paid to catch bad guys and you can't fucking catch them, then why are you getting paid? You know, when I was in I'm so adamant about this because I'm a weird kid stuck on it, because when I was in the military, I was going to get kicked out because I wasn't in the fitness standards. Because my body wasn't shaped in order to give them the correct measurements didn't impede my progress in my job. I got off of it, and there's still the fat dudes that told me I needed to be on it. They milked that shit for like 10 years. People can be on that program. I was on it for like, so, well, I was on it. They put me on it in basic training. And then when I got to, or tech school, they put me on it in tech school, not basic training, in tech school. And then when I got to my first duty station, when I say duty, I don't mean D-U-T-Y, I mean D-O-O-T-Y-I-E, duty. When I got to Offutt Air Force Base, they put me on it again. So they held my, I was 2 years, I was supposed to be an A1C, have 2 stripes after I was in for a year and a half. They said, nope. So they made, I was a slick sleeve. I was probably the oldest slick sleeve in the Air Force for the longest time. People a lot of times thought I was an officer because I didn't have rank on my sleeve. And I was so old. Because I was old when I went in. But, I got off it. I'd go to the gym every Monday through Friday. I'd get there when the doors would open. I'd be one of the people standing around waiting for them to open the doors, and I'd run on the cross trainer on level 10 for an hour, listening to The Offspring over and over and over and over. I listened to it all the way through and then started like halfway in 60 minutes. And I did that for 7 months. And because people like to put me in a box. They like, okay, you can do this, but first you got to do all this other shit first to prove yourself. And it's always people that haven't proven themselves to do jack shit in their own lives. It's funny how people operate, man. So I was asking the girl I started to ask her, the lady, about like, nonprofit stuff like that, how they did it. There's nonprofits all over this town. None of them, I don't think, have. What I did tell her, I said, what my vision for Taos is I want to have a place like a travel center. It's like a looking like the olden days back when they put money into. I don't think they do it so much across the interstate. But rest areas were predominant in California. I remember a couple of them in the Midwest, not a lot. And I want to have a place that looks like a rest area where there's ample parking for people in their travel trailers, trucks, whatever, There needs to be more parking for truck drivers. Just rest area. They're not. They just got rid of them all. This world, it's like the freaking it's that scene in Toys where they take up the space in the toy factory to make more killing weapons and stuff. It's the same thing. People should watch that movie, Robin Williams' Toys. It's a great movie. Happy workers. Anyway, focus, Marjo. So, and I said, I want to have a place like that, a place where travelers can come and park, whether it's for the night, for all the people, and the demographic would be all those people that come and park in Walmart's parking lot. Or anybody on social media that travels around the country that anyone that is susceptible to the window tap, I want them to be able to come to Taos and be like, where's Heyoka stay? And then they're like, oh, she's over, and then they come out, they get you set up, and then the place that I will have laundry facilities with industrial sized machines so people can really wash their freaking clothes. You know, they have shower facilities, and not ones that look like a freaking the gym or locker room of a high school that's all, you know, that they have their own, you know, and have like, you know, spa music and stuff. And if you want to get a massage or whatever, there's plenty of people in the community that you could, you know, start that whole, you know, not an escort service. I hate when people freaking take things and make everything dirty and pervy. You know, but like there's healers all over town. You know, I could recommend all kinds of people that do all kinds of stuff, and because cooperation is nature's way. You know, I've endorsed a lot of people and supported a lot of people over the last year. And people see me and they just like deers in a headlight and they don't really want to have anything to do with me. All that really does, I believe, is weed out the people that I don't need to know. I know there's some bold folks out there. I just also believe in divine timing, and there's a time for everything, and it just hasn't been. I feel like things are opening up because I was telling this lady this story, this woman at the park that had the grill out and stuff, and they give away diapers and Narcan and all kinds of stuff, and she's like, yeah, Taos definitely has a need for a place like that. It will also have facilities, indoor maintenance facilities, so bays, so because people are always breaking down here, where you can pull your car in that'll be heated, you know. Again, if it's something that you want to fix yourself, or if it's something that you need help doing, you know, there's mobile mechanics. There's people that want to do things all over this town. They just don't know how to, I think, connect. And that's what I'm here to help do. So, anyway, today was a pretty good day. How are you doing, Ma? You get hungry? You ready for that fish sandwich? You want medium cheddar or white cheddar on it? White? And lettuce? I think already got the tomato off the counter. Little turkey. Alright, that's about all I got for now. Wait, did I say everything I wanted to say? Cooperation is nature's way. That we are supposed to be the custodians of the earth. People think that we're at the top of the food chain. We aren't. I mean, there's things that eat us. Hell, in some places, us eat us. That's weird. That's for another story. Anyway, the thing of it is that the storyline got carried out of the way. People got just terribly, they're out of control with their control, their desire for power and dominance and money, and it's all silly stuff that they I mean, it's just, I really want to know what happened to the homeless people. To be in San Francisco and watch them just put them on buses. What, nobody followed a bus? There's no video footage anywhere of them following a bus? Now I'm going to get the answer because I'm asking. When I went to the store today, it's one of those it's Smith's, and they have a gas station in front. You can use your bonus points, right? To get like 30 cents off a gallon or however much money you spend on food or gas. Yeah, food. You spend money on food, you get the savings on gas. And so, and it's been closed the last few days. And I was thinking, I wonder if people are bitching and moaning because they had savings, but they were going to expire because of this scheduled or unscheduled maintenance, whatever it is. And so I asked the lady that helps out at the self-checkout, I said, so were people, and she said, yes, that people, she had to work like at that register, and so people were coming in and bitching and moaning at her because their savings on their gas was going to expire. And I said, thank you for the verification, universe. See, careful what you ask for, though. Careful. Robert said that today. Careful what you ask for. He said that this morning. I'm not asking for anything. Nope. I'm not really in the asking mode for right now. That's how I'll deal with that. So anyway, that's what I got for now.